Hey everybody, it's day 3 of the 5-day kickstart to grounded, joyful energy. And so I'm here straight after dance class. Hi Linda Kay. Linda Kay is in my dance class. You're probably wondering how I was going to make it home in time to do this, but I made it in time. I passed through the shower, and it's perfect because today's topic is creating a container for your day. And creating a container for your day includes the morning and the evening. And the morning, this is about how I'd be, just wake up and just get going. So looks like I'm kind of dark back here. I'm going to see if I can turn a little more light on this subject and get us to show up better. There we go. Hi Ann Coretti. Hi everybody. So give me thumbs up if everything's okay. Can you hear me? Hi DL. Hi Ann. Tell me yes you can hear me, or send me some. Just making sure, because I did just rush home after teaching my dance class and shower. So if you guys could just say, can you hear me okay? Just making sure. Hello, hello. Are you hearing me? Yes? Okay, good. Hi, Liz. You can hear me okay? If you guys would just notice, yep, yes. Hi, Ashley. I'm just checking sound. Do I sound okay? Can you guys? Oh, good. Anne gave me thumbs up. That's what I was looking for. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, so what just happened is I taught class. I rushed home from teaching class and passed through the shower, and this is my slip a caftan on, put my caftan on. So that's what I've got. Great. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Thank you for the hearts. We're up and running. We're ready to go, and I can see you all. Hi, Karen. You made it. So shout out to all my swim team mom friends. I love seeing you guys here. So today's topic on day 3 is creating a container for your day. And where I learned about this is through Ayurveda, which is the healing system from India. And this particular system has informed me so much. You know it from Monday's dance, because it teaches us that there are different mind-body types, that each of us has unique gifts, and when we get stressed, we get pushed out of balance, and we talked about that on Monday. Yesterday, we talked about the brain, and we all get the disconnection in brain and heart. But today, from Ayurveda, we learned that what really helps everybody, no matter who you are, is to have something, almost bookends for your day. Thinking about your day as a unit that you want to put safely into a container. And when you get these practices set, they happen by rote. Now, you already have some practices that you always do. I mean, you probably always brush your teeth, I'm guessing, every day. Most people in the West take a shower or a bath every day. So you already know that habits are helpful, and this is just about creating a morning routine, is what I'll call it, and an evening routine. And I'm going to give you a very basic, a general one. These are all things that I do that would work for any mind-body type, no matter who you are. And within this routine, there are certainly special things, and I teach those special things in other courses, but today I'm going to give you the basics. So, first thing when you wake up in the morning, the most important thing I think for your whole day is before you even throw the covers off. It's when you notice that you're awake. There is a moment where you were asleep and now you're awake. Oftentimes your eyes aren't even open yet. For me, that's the case. Like, I'm awake, but my eyes aren't even open yet. Regardless, whether your eyes open first or not, the moment that you know that you're awake, start your day with a prayer of gratitude. Thank you. Like, even before my eyes are, wow, I woke up again. Because really, it's a miracle if you think about it. Like, where do you go at night? You're gone somewhere, and all of a sudden, boom, you're back. And the whole time you were gone, your heart kept beating, you kept breathing, your blood gases were exchanging at the proper amounts, your blood sugars were regulating all through the night. Somehow, by magic, your body was taking whatever protein you ate that day and making new fingernails and repairing some tissues. It's magic. So when you first wake up in the morning, start by saying thank you. That will change your day right there. Then, here's some practical things. Pretty much the first thing I do when I get out of bed, besides maybe pee, of course, is scrape my tongue. So I'm going to show you, I've got some tools here to share. This is a little show and tell kind of day. I have my morning tools out. So I almost dropped it. Sorry. That'd be gross. Okay, so this is my tongue scraper. Can you see it? Yeah. So I use this copper tongue scraper. It doesn't have to be a tongue scraper. You could actually take a spoon. Well, I've got a spoon here. You could actually take a spoon and turn it backwards and scrape your tongue like that. But when you scrape your tongue, and I don't want to gross you out, but the tongue all through the night, as your body is metabolizing the food that you ate that day and the body's going through the healing process, some of the toxins that your body wants to get rid of, you'll sweat out toxins, you exhale out toxins, you pee and poop out toxins, and some toxins are left on your tongue as a white coating, and you don't want to swallow those. You want to get rid of them. So first thing in the morning, even before I brush my teeth, I scrape the tongue. And you want to get this to go way back. Way to the back of the tongue, and gently, don't be rough. This is a very gentle thing. You could use the back of a spoon. It's not quite as good as these tongue scrapers, but scrape your tongue and get rid of that. It's called ama in Sanskrit in the Ayurvedic world, but it's some kind of toxin. So get those toxins off your tongue and just get rid of those. You want to get this tongue scraper far back enough that you have a tiny bit of a gag reflex. Not terrible, but just a little like that. What that does is, first thing in the morning, is it starts to stimulate peristalsis, which stimulates digestion, and it gets your digestive system already turned on for the day. So scrape your tongue. Who knew that all those things would happen with just scraping your tongue? So you scrape your tongue, then you want to swish some coconut oil. You could use, okay, I've got some coconut oil here. You could take coconut oil and just put it on a spoon and melt it in your mouth, and you swish it like like that, back and forth, back and forth. You want to really pull hard so it's going through your teeth and stimulating your gums. I don't really love coconut oil so much, so I found, compliance is important. If you really don't like something, you may not do it. So I always look for things that will make me want to do something. So I use this, and I know it's probably backwards, but I'll put this in the guidebook. Remember, I'm collecting all the resources I'm telling you about, and I'm putting them in the guidebook, which I'm going to send out Friday afternoon. So if you don't have the guidebook, make sure you go to drdebkern.com/kickstart, and you'll get on the email list of everyone who's on it. Y'all, there are almost 600 people. It's so fun. Who knew that this would be so great? So I'm going to send it out to all of you, and you'll know how to get this. I buy mine from Banyan Botanicals. I'm sure there's other companies, but I like this one, and it's called Daily Swish. And it does have coconut oil, but it also has sesame oil and fennel and some other herbs I can't pronounce, and peppermint and spearmint oils. So it's got a freshness in it, and it's liquid. So swishing this back and forth, there's a lot of data about oil pulling being super good for your gums. I can tell you that I'm kind of competitive when it comes to the dentist. And you know how when they measure, they go 3, 3, 2, 1, 4, whatever, when they're measuring your gum pockets? I actually keep my own report card. And when I started swishing oil, it got better and better and better. So just saying. So morning routine, scrape your tongue, swish the oil. This is all part of an Ayurvedic morning. It doesn't take near as long as it does for me to explain it. It doesn't take long at all. What I do is I just swish oil while I'm doing the next thing, which is I do a massage, an oil massage. So it depends on your body type, whether you would use oil or maybe just a dry, there are some silk gloves you can use, or your hand by itself. But here's the thing. We live in a culture where we're so disembodied. We're living from the neck up. I co-facilitated a workshop on Sunday about the divine feminine, divine masculine, and 2 of the men in the workshop said they feel like they are lollipop heads. In other words, all of their attention is only in their head. And I realized it's not just the men, we all do it. We live our lives in our heads. And it's so funny. We have to have people tell us how much to eat, when to eat, what to eat, how to exercise, when to exercise, how much to exercise, when really God didn't make a mistake. When you were born, your body knew what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, when to exercise, how to exercise. But we've lost so much touch with ourselves, and we've been pushed out of balance for so long. So this one thing, which again takes not near as much time as it does for me to explain to you, is a daily self-massage. And it's in Ayurveda, the hands have the energy of your heart coming through, right? You can imagine that. So from my heart, here comes my own heart energy. So you put your own love into your body. What a way to start the day. Instead of, well, I don't know about you, but I tend towards some self-deprecating thoughts very fast, you know? Things don't look like they used to, don't work like they used to. So instead of all that, put love into your body. And I use an oil different seasons, and so we all do different things at different seasons of the year, different seasons of our lives, and how I do it in the morning. So I'm going to go backwards. Wake up, say thank you, go into the bathroom, scrape my tongue, put the oil in my mouth, start swishing while I walk into the kitchen, and I come in here and I make a big kettle of water. So I put hot water in my kettle. When it's hot, I do several things with it at once because I'm a busy working woman, so I can't just take so much time. I do several things. I pour some water into a cup. I squeeze half of a lemon, and if you guys don't know about these wonderful things, they're lemon squeezers. It's just half of a lemon. I put half of a lemon in my hot water, and it's ready. I'm not drinking it yet because I haven't brushed my teeth. I've still got oil in my mouth, but it's getting ready. Then I take the other oil and I have 2 cups. And I'm just telling you all my tricks because these are tricks that make the morning routine go so fast. So these 2 cups have small bottles in them, and I'm going to heat the oils with that boiling water. And I pour the boiling water in there, and this cup has in it a small amount of the oil that I'm going to use for my whole body. The bigger bottle is this one. I use katha oil, which I'll describe to you another day. That's a mind-body type, but you could use any kind of oils that are good for your body type. I put that in here. I've got that oil heating. This bottle has a special breast massage oil. It's called pomegranate breast oil, and this is an ancient Ayurvedic recipe that is really good to help move the lymph in the breast tissue, and also it helps create apoptosis. Apoptosis is the bursting of cancer, the destruction of cancer cells. So an ancient remedy I use every day on my breast tissue, and it's prevention. This is a prevention, not a treatment, but a prevention. So these bottles are heating. My water is in here. I'm going to use a little bit of that hot water in my neti pot. Put about this much of hot in there with a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Then I fill the rest with filtered water so that I don't worry about any bacteria in my nasal cavity. And then I'm going to have this ready for my neti pot. So are you following with me? It's all of this from just this 1 pot of water. My 1 pot of water gave me my hot lemon water. Meanwhile, it's heating up my oils while I'm swishing in my mouth, while I'm making my neti pot water. This takes like 3 minutes maybe or less to just get that all ready. About now I'm ready to spit out my oil. You don't spit it in the sink because it can clog up your pipes. So you want to spit that oil into some tissues and drop them in the trash. So not into your sink. Then you take the oils and massage your body. So the Ayurvedic way of massaging is just toward your heart. You go long on the long bones, you go round on the joints, toward your heart, round on the joints, toward your heart, round on the joints. You come up your legs, you work into your feet. I recommend that you keep an old bath towel that you don't care about, that you use day after day after day, because that oil is not so great for any fabrics. So you get yourself all oiled up. When you get to your belly, you come up the right side, down the left side, so that you stimulate your intestines. And remember, this is first thing in the morning, so at any time you might need a little bathroom break, and that would be a good thing because we want things to move on out. Toxins off our tongue, toxins out of our body. So you get the oils all on. When it comes to the breast oil, you use them on the breast. And those of you if you've signed up, you've given me your email for the Kickstart, I'm putting us into a special group, a special Facebook group that's women only. And in the women only group, I'll go into more detail. This Facebook, I want to share this information everywhere widely, but I'm not game for doing breast massage for the whole world on Facebook. So not like I'm ever going to get naked on Facebook. But anyway, if we go into the private group, I'll show you more about the breast self-massage. So just a note to you. You've received an email or will receive an email from me about that secret group so that I can go in detail. And the other thing I'll go into detail with, because it's right here in my morning routine, I'm doing all this at the same time. For women, it's a really important idea for us to be working with some form of pelvic floor strengthening and healing. So I work with Luna beads. I know you've probably heard of jade eggs. There's a little difference between them all, which I'll describe to us when we're in private. These are weighted balls, and they really help with the strength of the pelvic floor and the health of the tissues. And I use a special gel that my good friend and colleague, Dr. Christian Northrup, formulates. It's called Amata, that also helps with the health of all of the tissues in the pelvic bowl. So again, it's taking me longer to explain than to do. And when you get the guidebook, it's going to be all organized for you there. I just want to recap because I feel like I'm watching for your questions too. So just make sure you let me know if have I done anything. Okay, good. I'm so glad you like the Sacred Space group, because I want to share this information. I want there to be healing in the world, and I want to be this little drop to help. But I also know that as women, we need a sacred space to talk about some of these other things. So that's what we'll do. So now you've done it. Massage your body, massage your breast. Meanwhile, you're maybe working with a Luna bead or a jade egg and your pelvic floor tissues all at the same time. All of this is happening. And let's say you woke up at 6 and it's only 6:15. That's what I'm talking about. This all happens like this. So now you can brush your teeth. You've swished out your oil, and now that you have clean teeth, you can be sipping on your hot water, and meanwhile do your neti pot. And again, neti pot, I'll teach this also in private. I mean, it takes me a while. I'd have to get us set up. I like to do mine outside even. Sometimes on a warm weather day, you can just do this right outside. But this goes into one side of the nostril, and that salt water comes right out the other side, and it cleans this passage. It doesn't need to be done every day for every person. Different doshas, different mind-body types don't need it or need it more. Some people need oil. But for most of us, we can benefit. Here in Texas, we've had a massive amount of pollen. And I know all over the United States, kind of anyone I talk to have had sort of the most beautiful spring ever, but coming with the beautiful spring, a lot of pollen. So this really helps. All part of the morning routine. And this helps really get you physically set. In the mornings, I always read something inspirational and or pull a card. My favorite decks, I don't know if you have seen this brand new deck from my friend Megan Watterson, and Elizabeth Cheever-Gesseman did the artwork. I'll post the link above. It's freshly out from Hay House. It's called the Divine Feminine Oracle. They are beautiful. You could start with that. I have angel cards. Pull a card. Creating a container for your day is mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. So when we wake up and start with these physical practices, the mind really integrates in with the body, and it gives you the chance to not be just living in your head. You can fully do this. Mona's asking, am I doing Kegel exercises with the Luna balls? Actually, with the Luna balls, and I'll do it more in our sacred space, tell you more about it, just holding them in there, you don't have to think about it, your body's holding them. Because they're weighted, they move around inside of you with that weight. And so they're stimulating the different tissues and helping release held stress. So just moving, for instance, if you have it in while you're doing your massage, you can imagine you're going to bend over, you're going to lift up a leg, you're going to bend over, you're going to reach, and all of those movements with that weighted Luna beads inside will help to stimulate good, healthy tissues. So that's what's happening there. Thank you for the question. Okay, I'm going to move on. Let me see if I left anything out. That's the basic thing for the morning, and it really doesn't need to take long. I would say you need 30 minutes more, so get up earlier. It's so worth it because it gets you in your body. Not to mention, there are many healing benefits to doing your own self-massage, and if you're using special oils with herbs in them that are particular for your mind-body type, it can be extremely healing. And so I'll guide you more about that later, but that's that's really helpful. Even if you're just using straight up sesame oil or coconut oil, you're going to have healing benefits. This creates the morning structure for your day and helps to contain your energy from the front end. And you move through your day, and at the end of the day, super important that at the end of the day, you have closure for your day. And so many of us, me included, keep screens on, the screen of my phone or the screen of computers, and that screen keeps our pineal gland more disturbed, and it's harder to fall asleep. So I would say, if at all possible, start getting off of screens. Get off of screens at night, earlier, at least by 7 or 8 at the latest. And I see these questions coming in, I'll answer them in a minute. So you get off of your screen time, so now you have something else you could do instead. And let me show you what I do almost every night. I take sea salt, 2 to 4 cups. I use a lot of sea salt, and I found for where I live, I can buy it in bulk at Sprouts, the best. I take sea salt and I make a bath with oils. I just grabbed a few from my bathroom. So typical for me at night, depending on what's going on, I'll use lavender oil, which I love to use lavender oil in my baths. Sometimes lately I've been using eucalyptus. There's been a lot of allergy stuff going on. Tea tree oil. I use all kinds of combinations. I'll let myself just choose. And a trick that I learned from one of my essential oil friends is that when you're going to use an oil and mix it in your bath and water, use some sort of really non-toxic soap. So I have this soap I love from Usana's soap gel. There's no parabens, no bad chemicals. I put a little bit of the soap in my hand first, then I drop the oils and I swirl them around, because there's some things in the soap that help to break up the oil into tiny little beadlets. So I don't know, you guys can comment here if you think that's a great idea. I've been doing it, and I noticed that the oil doesn't just stick on the top of my bath that way. So I mix it up with this little bit of soap and put it in my bath, and I add the salts. In the evening, having some ritual using oils is a great idea, something that starts to bring your mind down. And then I would also recommend at night that you keep by your bed a gratitude journal. And I know that you've heard about this. Oprah talked about it a million times, and it's true. If you'll write down every day 5 things you're grateful for before you go to sleep, it'll help shift your mind. Remember that thought has to be digested the way food does. Not exactly, it's not the same pathway. You don't use ATP in the whole chemical process, but thought has to be digested. And the last thing you're thinking about before you go to sleep, you carry into sleep with you. So if you're at last minute, you're watching the news or scrolling through your feed, it could disturb you. And then in your sleep, you're disturbed. And your body then cannot do what it needs to do, which is heal. The body uses healing at night. And so you want to do things at night that calm your mind down. Writing gratitude is a beautiful way. And doing some sort of stretching even in bed to release the tension that's from your bath. Deepening your breath and sleeping. So I don't do huge nighttime rituals because I'm so tired at night, but I noticed that if I'll do just these few things to close out my day, and you can create your own. Some of you might like more elaborate rituals at night. You notice I have quite an elaborate ritual in the morning. I really like that to get my body going. And then at night, in my bath, my whole body lets go. And the use of oils helps my mind also let go. Putting gratitudes in, saying my prayers, and out I go. So this is what I mean by creating a container for your day. And again, I know yesterday I mentioned my grandmother said, sounds like you got your PhD in common sense. But the thing is, I know this is common sense, but I also know that a lot of us aren't doing it. So I hope this reminds you about what would be very helpful for you. And these Ayurvedic practices are super helpful. So I want to remind you, make sure you go to drdebkern.com/kickstart so that I can send you the email invitation for the secret sacred space that we're creating on Facebook, so I can talk more about the Luna beads and about the breath self-massage in a safe place. And so those of you who've already gotten the emails, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't gotten the email yet, just go there and you'll get the email. drdebkern.com/kickstart. And now I'm going to answer questions because I see questions. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Marcy. Oh, Marcy. Gosh. So Liz said, if you're going to work out in the morning at the gym, going for a walk, would you do these before and the oil? I would. I would do the oils before and take a hot shower. You can have the oils on as long as you're on for a few minutes, put the oils. When you take a hot shower without soap, you don't really need soap at this point because you're clean from the night before. The hot water will get those herbs from the oils to go deeper into your system. So if you, especially like me, if you use these Ayurvedic herbed oils, you want the herbs in you. They're going to do something. So yeah, I do it before I go. And think about this, before you go work out or go to the gym or go for a walk, what's nice about doing an oil massage is you're lubricating all your joints by moving them. The joints, when you move your joints, the movement of the joint itself creates more synovial fluid. And synovial fluid is the slippery, slickery substance that makes us not creak when we move. When we're sleeping at night, synovial fluid dries up because you're not moving. So that's why everyone, even younger people, are creakier in the morning. So to do this self-massage means you're going to have to bend over. You're doing your legs, you're bending over, you're reaching down, maybe you're picking up a foot, you're putting your hip, you're getting into your foot, you're going up and down your legs. So you're bending your knees and moving. When I do my morning massage, I get my hips going around like this as well. So I do a lot of movement, and that movement gets all the joints ready. Then get in a hot shower. That gets the herbs to get into your system. Make sure you do use soap on the bottoms of your feet so that your bottoms of your feet don't have any residual oil left. That's the only place you really need soap at that point. And then when you go to the gym, really, try it tomorrow and come back and report, because I feel amazing when I go work out after just doing this. So that's the answer to that question. I'm just looking for more questions here. Let's see. Hi, Trisha. How could you incorporate oils into your evening if you don't have time to take a bath? So I'm sure there's some other people. Feel free. I know we have people here. I know Laura is an oil expert. Feel free if you want to add into the comments. I love having your wisdom too. What I do is this jar of coconut oil, I just took coconut oil out of the bigger one that I bought at Costco and put it in here. I'll scoop out some coconut oil into the palm of my hand, drop some lavender drops in there, and I just do like this. So I make my own little concoction of lavender, which is so great for sleeping at night. And then I rub it into the soles of my feet and put socks on. And my feet, I don't have those calluses so bad anymore. And the soles of the feet will draw in the healing properties of the oil and come into your whole system. So that's one thing I do. I also spray my pillow with, I use frankincense a lot too. Frankincense and lavender. I make a little spray. I like to spray my pillow. So that's how I use oils if I don't take a bath. Hi. I'm saying hi to everybody. Let's see, are there any more questions? Let's see if I miss anybody. Oh, I'm glad you like the idea of the sacred space group. Me too. I think we're going to have some fun over there. Oh, I love this. Here comes a question that starts out saying off topic, but. So let me see what it is. Oh, how cute. Yes. Oh, I love that it's Tamara. So yeah, this caftan I got from my beautiful friend who lives in Australia named Tamara Paterson. And so I'll put a link to her and you guys can get one. I got it when I was in Bali. She came to my Bali retreat last year. And this is off topic too, but guess what? I'm about to sign the contract to lead a retreat in Bali again 2019, summer of 2019. Just saying, you're the first to know. Well, you're not the first to know. Some of my dance class knows too. But this where I got this. So we'll put her link. Isn't it great? It's got all this bling. Can you tell it's shiny? I love wearing it. Let's see if there's any other questions. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, you'll sleep better tonight. Oh, right, Dorinda. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad. I had something else for you, Dorinda. This. It's sitting right here. I use this Calm. I know it's probably backwards on here, but you can probably read that says Calm. This is a natural magnesium powder, sugar-free. I love this one. It's raspberry lemon flavor. You can get it. We can get them at the grocery store. I don't know where you live, if you could get it at the grocery store, but we can buy them at the grocery store. And this, don't put too much because it'll make you have diarrhea, but you'll find your amount. This magnesium really helps us sleep. It helps the muscles relax, and it helps me sleep very well. So I like to make it into a hot tea at night. I totally forgot that. So, hey, Kathleen, my sister just came on. My sister knows about this too. So this is a great drink to make at night to help you sleep, calm your mind and your muscles. You guys probably know that muscle cramps at night or restless leg syndrome can be helped by magnesium. So try this, Dorinda, and see if that helps you, and see if the feet thing will help you too. Let's see, Ella says, how do you recommend cleaning the tub pipes with lots of oil? I haven't had any trouble. It hasn't created, I don't know if maybe my body just soaks up so much. I don't have an answer, but I'll think more about it. I'll ask other people if they've had trouble with cleaning the tub after the oils. I haven't had trouble. I mean, I do scrub my tub every few days, and I use super hot water. Maybe that's why. I take a really, really hot shower, so maybe it just gets it all out of there. Let's see, can the filtered water come from a fridge that has a filter? Probably. There's, I know you're talking about the neti pot. I've seen some reports of people having problems with bacteria getting into the sinus passages. I would just say, be aware that you don't want any bacteria in this water that you're letting come through. So if you were at all concerned, then I would just have distilled water. Buy distilled water just for that. I feel really, really comfortable and sure about my Berkey. If you guys don't know what that is, that's a Berkey. It's like a great water filter. And my sweet little kitchen is, I lease a space in a house built in, I think, 1940s. And so I could not put a filter in the fridge or under the sink. And so I bought this Berkey, and it filters the heck out of things. So I really love it. And I got it on Amazon if you ever want to see. Yeah, okay, good. Any other questions? Let's see, baking soda. Oh, here we go. This is baking soda and white vinegar with loads of hot water will clear the bath beautifully after oils in the bath. Thank you. Well, thank you for that so much, Tika. So there's the answer to that, Ella. Baking soda and white vinegar with loads of hot water will clear the bath beautifully. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions? I'm just reading them here. Hi, Leah. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. So be sure to look for the email that invites you into our sacred space. And my apologies. I know that men are watching, and I'm so glad that men are watching because everything I'm teaching is helpful for men and women, pretty much everything. But the reason that I'm doing sacred space is because there's some things for just women. And so that's what I want us to be able to do there. And you'll get an email from me. If you haven't already, go to drdebkern.com/kickstart so you can get that email. I'll hop over there. I'm still coming here live tomorrow and Friday, but we'll just have some separate conversations over there that I didn't want to have in full public here. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I hope tonight that you try some of these things and that you sleep beautifully, and I look forward to hearing from you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.